that if they're not able to do it, and you can take people like
crucify
Muhammad, Jesus. Yeah, I mean, you can take all those, historical religious examples. But the point is that you take the knowledge that you have. It's your obligation as a member of the human race to share that knowledge and to better the human race as a whole. You don't lock yourself away and say, well, these fucking people are boring, I don't like this, blah, blah, blah. It's your job as one of those perfect human beings to say, okay, here's the knowledge that I've gleaned from hundreds and hundreds or thousands of years of living. Let me try and give you the wisdom that I have. I'll teach you what I know. And if you don't want to accept it, okay, I'm not going to force you to, but if you want to accept it, then here you go, and you can live a better life as little as possible, or as best as possible. It's all about, the reason why I want to be immortal, or I would rather than dying right now, is because I would hope, and this is probably romantic and optimistic, but it's the hope that I could gather so much more information, good or bad or otherwise, than I ever could in my time here as immortal. And then share that with people and hopefully have them live a better life than they already do.
For what? Who cares if they live a better life, and why does that matter to you?
So if that's the
That's
case, then
just
why
what
would...
you were saying about the whole detachment thing.
I don't buy that detachment stuff. I think that it's our job as human beings here to try and create a better world for all of us.
Why?
Well, I guess if that's the case, then we have no obligations, and we can just fuck, murder, rape, pillage, all that stuff. Just
we
because
can. Well, people do that anyway.
Exactly. If there is no obligation towards any sort of moral order, then I would ask why you're taking philosophy in the first place.
Well, I believe in a soul, and that's where we differ. Because I believe in an afterlife. I believe in a paradise. I wouldn't say that I'm a Christian, but I do believe in an afterlife, and we can talk about this all day long because everyone has different perspectives. Right. But as far as what you're saying about the difference between reincarnation and living forever, at some point I believe that reincarnation stops. I think when your soul reaches a refining that it needs to, then you go on to a paradise where you won't have to deal with the necessary evils here on this planet. And it's blissful. But if you're immortal and you're just living here, you're going to have to deal with
I just want to talk about, I'm sorry to cut you off, but
okay.
You got me thinking about something about, and I do want to play devil's advocate because I understand that this is kind of like a triangle pointing at you right now, and I'm going to play devil's advocate, but I also have a question for, I guess, the direction you're taking right now. So say that you build upon your morality so say you build upon your morality by kind of, trying to better humanity, and then, time goes on, you better humanity, that's great, you can build yourself, that's great. But keep in mind you're immortal, so you're going to keep, and you have that thing about recollection, so you're always going to remember everything from your past and everything, so you remember, I guess, this fulfillment that you flourish. But then humanity dies, sort of Dr. Manhattan goes back, sort of thing. Okay, so the world blows up and bam, and now you're all, by yourself in a little crater. And you can choose, I guess, to try another fulfillment, but there is never like an ending point to that. And it seems to me that it's still, frankly, a little boring.
Yeah. It might be boring, but the point being that, I'm sorry,
It's okay. Go ahead.
The point being is that while you have something to do, while there is a job for you to do, i.e. if you have the tools and ability to better humanity, then you do it. And if boredom is your curse for all millennia after humanity dies, then such is your curse. Because there's not always an upside to being powerful. I mean, if you are able to have thousands and thousands of years of wisdom, that doesn't mean you're going to be the smartest or the best person on earth. It could be a very lonely existence. But at the same time, if you're able to help 1, a million, 6 billion people, then you do it. And you do it for as long as it needs to be done. And that is
that's one of the problems too.
I just don't understand why you do it.
Helping others.
Like, why do you have the need to help for what?
Just giving out, just radiating your wisdom.
Because it makes you feel good because you have a soul.
I mean,
it's like if you're
answering all
immortal, there's no soul.
letters and
well, that's it.
Or it's just you just a soul is
you're not
bad.
you're not everything gets wrong. You're gonna be the sun.
Okay, but if you're trying to better society, okay, so say you better society and you reach that utopia that you're looking for of the perfect society, what then?
Well, I don't think personally, how old are you?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm 20.
Okay, so you live long enough to know that we're never, as humans, going to reach that perfect
Exactly,
utopia.
so why are you trying?
Well, okay, that's like, first of all, that's like saying, well, wait a minute, I'm morbidly obese, and I'm always going to be morbidly obese, so why try and get thin? Despite the fact that I've got, a lot of medical conditions, coronary problems, heart problems, despite the fact that I can't get up out of bed or wash myself without the aid of a stick, why should I try and, lose weight and try and get myself better? Just because we might be doomed to failure doesn't mean isn't a good reason for not trying to better it.
Okay, so if you don't fail, if you succeed, what then? Like the morbidly obese person that gets thin, what then?
I don't think at the same
What do you do
time,
then?
but I think...
Once you get that perfection, what's the fun of perfection? There's no fun in perfection.
But you see how you can level that same criticism against your heaven, your bliss. your
Yeah.
health.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
But I see what he's saying because it's the same thing. Once you get to paradise is going to be boring after day 3. I mean, even when you go on vacation, after day 3, you want to go home.
You either have the idea that paradise is going to be boring after a certain time, or you don't. You either say that once we reach perfection, we enjoy it, and that's what it's going to be, and we can all live together peaceably, or you're going to say it's boring. But the people who say it's going to be boring are probably going to start fucking shit up for the rest of us, and then I get to go back to work. So, I mean,
That's what already happened.
yeah. It's
In a sense,
yeah.
I mean, that's what's happening on this planet.
Yeah, it's a never, humanity always gives you second chances to go fuck itself. I mean, there's never going to be a perfect utopia, or at least I don't see any reason to believe that there's going to be a human or man-made utopia.
Then why do you feel like you should take it upon yourself to work so hard to make it?
I don't think so either, yeah. I'm sorry, why do I think I should?
Why do you take it upon yourself, like if you were immortal, to work so hard to create it then?
Because I'm immortal and I can. I have the ability that others don't, because I have thousands of years or millions
Like
of
the whole
years or
Spider-Man, with
whatever
great power comes
to
great
build up on
responsibilities.
that. And I have all this energy and wisdom and blah, 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 blah.
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
It's true, right?
Think of it as having this
Might be
godlike
some
power.
tablets.
I think if you have, the difference I have, or what I want to say is, I guess what I'm looking at is, if you have near godlike power, then you have, I want to say, the obligation to help those who don't.
So you don't want to be
But
immortal,
do
you want to be a god.
Well, no,
But do you
after
think
so
that
many
it-
years, don't you have godlike power?
Sure.
After so many years, don't you get so far beyond mortals?
Yeah.
It's not that I want to be, I'm just recognizing that I would be after so many.
But why do you find that fulfilling to help? Why does that fulfill you?
I find it more fulfilling to help than to destroy.
Okay, but you do. But do you think that it's human nature that if other people were immortal, they would do the same thing?
Well, I'm
Because
human.
I don't believe that that's human nature.
Right, but I'm human.
I believe
so-
you're one in a million. I don't think that there are many
I
other
don't know.
people that think
I
the
just-
same
Compliment.
too.
I disagree. I saw this guy nodding his head for a couple of things that I was saying that he seems to agree with. So, I mean, if I can say that, and I'm not a saint, I'm not a nice person. If I can do that, and he can do that, and Edward can do that, then, and, you know, he might be doing it.
I think that's a great idea to think of, but I think that once it actually went into play, I don't think it would work out that way. I think that it would go to like the whole story of like the Greek gods, that it would go to their heads and they would fuck everything up
Right,
and then it would
and
be
you say
over.
it would go to my head. I mean, maybe I say this now because I'm not immortal, but if ever I would, then I'd be like, oh, you know, fuck it, I'm just gonna, party.
There's just a
and
lot of what
drink.
ifs.
Yeah, exactly. That's, well, welcome to philosophy.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I just want to say, what a great find.
I know.
I think you could also partition at least or an understanding between like the Mount Olympus sort of Greek gods versus the mortals. I mean, if you were to be an immortal, you would have a whole different value system in itself. And I think that's something that you were kind of stitching out rather nicely, is that to be an immortal, you're taking upon like a Nietzschean responsibility. You're your own Superman, and you pretty much, you fancy yourself a god for, I guess, your own, and this is exactly, I think, the potential harm in that is because given, I guess, really your choice, you could become an asshole or you could become a really cool person. So let's kind of phrase it like this. Let's kind of turn the discussion a little bit. Suppose there is one person, let's say it's Chris, who is an immortal, and the rest of us are mere mortals. Do we find that we should be in compliance if he was, I don't know, let's say a lawmaker or something? And, excuse me, I'm sorry.
Yes.
No.
No.
Maybe.
No, he's just a person at the end of the day, just like me. He may not be able to die, but at the end of the day, he's just like me, he's just a person.
I wouldn't think, if he couldn't die, I would think he was just like me.
Would we be against Chris, or would we be kind of like...
I would look up to him, to be honest. I mean, not that, you know, what I believe what he's saying is right, but if there was an immortal man, if there was an immortal man walking the ground that I was walking and I'm not immortal, yeah, I'm gonna look at him a little differently.
Pure unbridled fascination.
Yeah.
Sure, so there's a celebrity kind of, I don't know, like...
More.
Yeah.
Like a god.
It's their,
Like a
it's
god.
their fame.
I'm like,